Alright. Everything's good, game's good, everybody's loaded up, everybody's happy, everybody's peachy king. Okay, cool. So, where I left off last, um, it froze when I met the doctor. Then I reset the game and lost all my progress, so I played it all again. 3 hours worth. I played it all down in an hour and a half to get to the doctor. So, we should be starting out with a doctor. Oh, I just threw my weed. I had it on my phone. Oh, that's dumb. Oh, there's little bud. Oh, they're such tiny little buds. They don't matter. Okay. What's this? Which one do I want? Blue cheese, expert seed souvenir, apple Betty. Okay. Technically, I can sit down doing this, but I like standing up. I've been doing that a lot lately. Okay. I think we're ready. Let's get into the game. Oh, wait. Oh. I know why the game's muted. There we go. So we gotta load the memory bank. If everything's good, it should just start up. Come on. If not, I'm gonna have to load the memory manually. Shouldn't have to, but I'm gonna sit down while this does its thing. There we go.
I did warn you the station's generator was temperamental.
And how much longer can the ship operate from emergency
Why
power?
are you bumping me, girl?
Maintaining her current energy draw, a few hours.
Hello.
2 hours.
Dr. Harlan?
Jack, you finally recovered.
That's me.
I was
I'm gonna
beginning
come
to
over
think
here.
the blast from the FTL had obliterated your neural matrix.
No, doctor, I'm right here.
So, you're the android,
Yes.
the echo unit.
My name is Jack.
Apparently
I've
you
been
want to
told.
look at me this way. Okay.
Jack, this is Dr. Harlan, my administrator.
What exactly are you doing here, Doctor?
Odd question coming from you.
Oh,
Dr. Harlan is a
you're
geneticist,
a jerk.
specializing in the biomass.
You're here to study the biomass?
I'm here to try and find a way to destroy it.
He's also the one responsible for our extended stay in the hab.
That was for your own safety. I would think that would be painfully obvious by now.
Jeez.
Dr. Harlan, I need you to show Jack what you showed me.
I have work to do. He's your android. You explain it to him.
You
He
wanna
needs to
jack
see it.
off, man.
Captain, perhaps I can be of some assistance.
Why are you such a jerk to me?
Don't
man?
touch me.
Man.
Dr. Harlan? Excuse me, Dr. Harlan.
Jack?
Come on, Jack. This way.
Dr. Harlan, please. I just have a question.
I'm sure Jonah can answer your questions. Now, if you don't mind,
Come on, Jack. You're wasting your time.
Yeah, he's a jack off.
Just-
Are you certain you want to see this again, Captain?
Just pull it up.
Very well.
What exactly am I looking at?
The future. All this orange
We're
you're seeing
in
on the map, that's all biomass.
Earth.
That's how far it's spread.
To date, the
Not
infection
there,
has
though.
consumed approximately 56% of the habitable solar
I
system.
put those right there.
Including Earth.
How did the biomass manage to spread so far?
It's been spreading for over 400 years,
True.
ever since the destruction of the Kronos 2. 7 October, 2126. Your
Kinda like-
station, the Kronos 2, is almost completely destroyed when an unknown vessel suddenly appears in your sector.
The Estrella.
Yeah.
Correct.
When the Estrella travelled back to our
Correct.
time, it brought the biomass with it. And when we left,
The infection stayed behind.
Are we starting to see where this is going?
Yeah, you could have said that, Doc.
In the days
Instead
following
of
the
being an
incident,
ass.
a fleet of Atlas survey ships unknowingly passed through the infected zone.
No, you want to be a dick. And
Most of
blah,
the
blah,
fleet's
blah,
crew
blah, blah.
complement is consumed by the biomass. The infected fleet proceeds along its predetermined course toward Earth. One by one, the now crippled vessels collide with the planet's surface, unleashing a global infestation. Humanity has no defense.
No way.
billions of people,
Just gotta turn the power
most
off.
of the planet,
Really?
just gone.
Reflected fleet entry point.
The remnants of humankind are scattered across the solar system. But without any means to combat the spread of the biomass,
It's only a matter of time. All those people.
in
It's a lot
truth,
of
the
people.
initial death toll would likely have been higher had it not been
Well-
for the captain of the Ithaca, who managed
Wait,
to...
the Ithaca?
Ithaca. Hey.
The Ithaca was the flagship of the returning fleet.
Comes from New York.
Ithaca. I've seen that name before.
Penelope.
Hardly surprising.
I remember it as well. I heard it when I was in the past.
When you
Ithaca,
were
New
what?
York.
Oh, that's it. That's where I saw it. In your memory logs. I've got the data right here.
Stay out of my memory.
Look. Jack, would you mind running us through what we're seeing here?
Well, we got
I recall
here.
overhearing the ship was expected to arrive in Saturn
Oh,
orbit
this
within a
is the
few
one we were
days.
in. Okay.
I don't understand.
Yep.
For that to be true, these logs would have to
I
be
jumped
from
out there,
21,
over here,
26.
and then it went
A full 3 months
fluey.
before the Ithaca crashed on Earth.
That is correct.
Jack, are you suggesting that you traveled back in time?
I know how it sounds.
That is correct.
I'm not sure you do.
This is why your memory was so fragmented. In the control room. Because you went back in time.
My memory.
Not
see, I'm
physically.
a robot. My memory.
Just my data.
data
my-
memory.
Consciousness. I believe the FTL accident may have briefly
I am
opened another
AI,
temporal anomaly,
hence.
disabling my shell and
Argument.
forcing my protocols to transfer to
Good
another
joints.
echo unit.
Great looking
400 years
hands,
in
you
the
know.
past.
Two
Evidently.
peace signs.
You believe Jack's account, Captain?
Yeah,
It
that's
makes
called
sense.
trust.
A botched FTL jump is the whole reason we're in this mess to begin with.
It's the only explanation.
That is difficult to dispute.
Juno, you with us?
Oh, apologies, Captain. I was distracted.
Something wrong?
I'm not sure. Can we access this memory block?
Just a sec.
Just as I thought.
What are we looking at here?
Weapon from the past.
Some form of weapon I encountered while in the past.
Dr. Harlan,
As I recall, they're fitted with a form of biomass payload.
Oh, lovely.
Why
Dr. Harlan,
are you
Still not now.
such an ass?
Dr. Harlan,
we
you should
need
really
you.
take a look at this.
What part of not now do you not
We need you,
understand?
jerk.
What? What is it?
The torpedo appears to be undetonated.
What's that supposed to mean?
Where did you pull this image from?
It means we could use
This
it.
is from one of Jack's recent memory logs.
Recent memory logs?
Yeah, you.
It's difficult to explain.
Now
It
no,
may or may not
okay.
involve time travel.
I'm sorry, what?
We can parse out the details later. Right now, Doctor,
You're a
you do
simple
realize
human.
what this
you
could
don't
mean.
understand, do you?
Solution.
Solution to what?
Please.
Will someone please tell me what the hell's going on?
Right. Come with me.
How come he can walk? Oh, hiding stuff.
You're
over
studying these weapons, these biotorpedoes.
They're not weapons so much as incubators.
there. They're
Inside each one is a sampling of the biomass-based genetic material. The infection in its purest form. All you need to know is this. If I could manage to sequence this material, I am confident I could develop a means to eliminate the biomass.
You're saying a cure?
It's what I've been searching for. But every torpedo I've encountered has been detonated. I've never seen one with its payload still intact.
You got that one.
But I have.
If that's true, then you may have just found the key to saving what's left of humanity.
Oh, and you want to talk shit to me.
Dr. Harlan? I'm afraid we may have more pressing matters.
Do you know the rate? Energy reserves are dipping into the red. I suggest we table this conversation until we find a way to restore the station's generator.
Dr. Harlan, what else can you tell us about this cure?
A great deal, I'm sure. But not right now. Right now we need to get the generator back online, or it's going to
Primary
get
power
uncomfortable
generator
in here.
distribution grid.
Doctor, this is the part where you ask us for help.
How do we fix the generator?
Like, he's not even doing anything. Like,
Fixing the
just touch
generator
stuff,
isn't
bro.
the problem.
Touch stuff.
The problem is getting to it.
Hey, where is it?
The generator facility is not accessible from within the station.
Oh,
We
we
need
got
to
this.
approach from the exterior.
Well, let's go.
Search the outer hull for a way inside.
Let's go. I'm down.
With a few improvements, you should have no trouble at all.
Let's go.
Exactly what sort of improvements do you have in mind?
Nothing drastic. Just an entirely new shell.
I'm sorry.
Aren't
Well,
these the
you
hubs
can't go
that kept
venturing out to
thing?
the generator in that old relic. No
Why
offense
not?
intended, of course.
Of course.
Is this really necessary?
Transferring Jack
Coffee
to a
maker?
newer shell will allow him to more easily interface with the station's various systems,
Yeah, shut up.
as well as drastically improve his ability to maneuver in open space. Not to mention,
All right.
You don't listen
Fine.
too much. You don't listen
So
too
long
much,
as there's
Doctor.
not too much of a strain on our power reserves.
this way, Jack.
By Doctor.
Don't touch me. Get off.
I have already identified a shell design I believe you'll find satisfactory.
Yes, ma'am.
It was originally meant for rapid emergency response.
I like it.
The base design includes
Wait, we're
enhanced
here.
speed and durability, as well as a data link compatible with the station's architecture.
Okay. Me. What are you doing? Out of the way. Out of the way.
I've already uploaded the shell's blueprints. It'll only take a moment to complete fabrication.
This looks familiar.
I've already adjusted the shell's underlying design to account for the particulars of Jack's neural matrix. All you'll need to do is shut yourself down, so I can transfer your processes to the new shell.
Oh, that's all, is it?
Don't worry, Captain. The transfer will be seamless.
Okay. How do we do it?
Construction complete. The new shell is prepped for transfer.
It looks like him.
Yes, I incorporated Jack's existing facial structure into the shell's design. I thought it might help distinguish him.
Okay.
He is quite distinguished.
Jack,
Wait,
you're
what?
clear to initiate the shutdown procedure
I'm blue.
whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Shields at 95%.
Initialize neural matrix transfer. Verify hardware connection. Okay.
Verify. Bitches.
Mapping core protocols to target.
Still can't see none. It's black.
Success.
Still black in here.
Initialize boot sequence.
Jack? Jack, look at me. You alright?
Yeah, I'm having soda. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Who is Jack?
Do you know what
Liv.
the...
I'm fine. I was only joking.
Oh, God, you have
Ma'am.
me worried.
The
Second time I
transfer
made a
worked
joke
just
and
as
you don't
Juno
get
said. It was funny though, right?
Hilarious.
it. I know.
Well, Jack, I'll say this. You certainly clean up nice.
Thank you. I must admit this shell's architecture is much more spacious
I don't have-
than my previous one.
Just don't go forgetting where you came from.
Now that the transfer is complete, I'd suggest running calibrations to acclimate your software to the new shell. I should be able to repurpose your old calibration program to suit our needs.
Oh, am I still in this?
Actually, not a terrible idea.
Oh, sorry.
Then it's settled. I'll queue up the appropriate modules.
I guess I
Sit
shouldn't
tight,
have,
Jack. We'll have you
shouldn't have
sorted
been out.
quick enough.
I should go back in. Okay. Oh, really? I don't want to do this again.
Module M201. Primary boosters.
Really? I gotta go through this all again?
Given that your previous AI adjutant is unavailable, I will guide you through these calibrations.
Better be
Your
some
EVA pack
new
allows you to
stuff.
boost forward in the direction you are looking. Use your boost to reach the console ahead.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is new boost.
Well done.
Hold
Please press the hollow button to continue.
on. Oh, it does. Whichever way I look.
Now boost to the end of the hall before the walls close in on you. Multiple boosts may be required.
Oh. Touch the wall. Okay, this is gonna be a little tricky. Now boost where you're looking.
Recalibrating program. Boost to the end of the hall without touching the walls. Try multiple boosts if you are having trouble.
Boing.
Excellent.
Okay.
Calibration module complete.
Why isn't it on both hands though? It is a pretty fast boost though. That's pretty good.
Module M116.
Braking thrusters.
Braking thrusters.
Definitely need brakes. Okay, so one of these are brakes, like boost, brake, boost, brake.
This module will calibrate your braking thrusters, which allow you to
Brake.
stop in place without grabbing any surfaces. You will continue to slow down for as long as you hold your braking thrusters.
Got it. I'm assuming it's gonna be this.
We'll practice this in the room ahead. Please meet me there to
Wait.
continue.
Yep, I knew it. That's brake.
There are 2 target zones in this room. Please boost into one of the zones and hold your braking thrusters until you come to a full stop. Success. Now, use your braking thrusters to stop inside target zone A. Calibration module complete. Please stand by.
Oh, I'm floating by. I'm not standing by. See? Look at my feet.
Module
Good hamstrings,
J101.
right?
Data interfaces.
They have feet motion things.
Your new body is capable of equipping multiple tools. In addition to your cutter, you now also have a data link.
Nice.
With it, you can interact with data ports
Cutter,
around the station
data.
to activate
Cutter,
objects
cutter,
or
data
download
link.
information. Tap the
Data.
button under your wrist to open the tool selection interface. Now, grab and pull the data link icon with your other hand. Good. This tool allows you to interact with data ports throughout the station.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
You can also activate your cutter on your other hand if you need to use both tools simultaneously. To proceed, move to the data port above the door ahead and use your data link to activate it.
Okay, so I got these and boost.
Well done. Please proceed to the room ahead. Some data ports will activate systems throughout the station. Others will allow you to retrieve useful information from the station systems. In this room, you can find a floating data tile and an observation drone. Scan their data ports to proceed. Calibration module complete. Please stand by.
Yeah. Forgot about this data and booster. It wasn't the first one. Hey, can I have that?
Welcome back to the real world, Jack.
Before you go, I'd like to make use of your new data link.
Except they
Captain
never did
Rose?
that.
Right.
What is this?
A data tile left behind by one of the station's scientists. I'd like to see if your scanner can access the information stored inside.
I did it.
Ah, interesting.
What was on it?
There's my whole body.
Research notes on the biomass.
Anything useful?
A list of genetic markers shared between the different biomass forms that could prove most useful. Jack, if you find any more devices with data ports like this one, be sure to scan them and transmit your findings to me.
Will do.
I've also added a new data tab to your ARM computer to track what we've recovered.
How much data was lost?
We don't actually have any way of knowing, but finding more will almost
all
undoubtedly be
new.
beneficial towards developing a cure, even if only in a small way.
Understood.
Anything else, Juno?
That should be all for now.
Come on out then, Jack.
Well, let me out.
Juno, do you read?
My old body.
Yes, Doctor?
My
I
old
need you back
3D
here to help me
printed
pass
body.
the FTL's output data. And bring Captain Rhodes with you. I could use her insight as well.
We've nearly finished prepping Jack for departure.
He's still here? I could
Yeah.
have built an entirely new generator by now.
Shut up.
Get him out of the airlock and then get up here.
You weren't exaggerating. This Dr. Harlan is quite irritable.
Try not to be too hard on him. He has good reason.
It sounds like there's something I should know.
Juno? Tell him.
Tell me what?
Dr. Harlan is infected.
Uh-oh.
Infected with what?
With the biomass, of course.
I don't understand. He seemed perfectly normal.
His infection is internal. A result of breathing in microparticles of the biomass.
Fuck.
Though we have managed to slow the infection's progress using various treatments developed here at the facility, I fear the doctor may be approaching the final stages of his infection.
What happens if he doesn't develop a cure in time?
I'm guessing that very question
you know-
is what's making him so irritable.
He doesn't have to be an asshole.
I hope
about
this
it.
might help you better understand why Dr. Harlan is the way he is.
Irritable?
His entire life, he's only ever had one goal. Eliminate the biomass. Preserve what's left of humanity. Thanks to you, for the first time in, well, quite a while, we appear to be making progress.
Yeah.
Whatever I can do to help.
But
You
yet
can
he wants
start
to
by
be an
restoring the
ass.
generator.
Lead on.
Cycling the airlock now. Ready to depart.
Yeah.
Hard seal. Ready to cycle.
Wait a second, Juno. Jack, listen. There's something else.
What?
Captain Rhodes, maybe now isn't the best time.
Always something.
I'm not about to send him out there with only half the story.
Liv, what is it?
You remember on the Estrella when you saved my life by repressurizing the bridge?
Yup. Oops. Oh.
Liv, what are you saying?
The oxygen that flooded into the bridge was contaminated.
Oh, you too.
Dr. Harlan's already run a test to confirm. The infection's in my system.
No.
Jack, listen to me. The contaminants were microscopic. There was no way you could have known.
No, I cleared the vents.
Yes, you did. And if you hadn't, I'd have been dead almost instantly.
Are you all right? Are you experiencing any pain?
No, I'm fine. I'm not feeling any effects at all.
Currently, the captain's infection is dormant. It takes time, often years, for the biomass to shut down the human body.
Damn.
What's more, her particular strain of the infection is less aggressive than Dr. Harlan's. Perhaps due to her having acquired it in the past.
The best thing we can do right now, the only thing, is help Dr. Harlan develop his cure. We do
Well.
that, all our problems are solved.
Open
Technically,
the
not all
door.
of them. You'll still be stuck in the wrong time.
Yes,
Who
thank
cares?
you,
There's
Juno.
no
Get to the
people
generator.
around, so it doesn't really matter.
Stabilize the power grid. Hopefully, by then, we'll have come up with an idea for what's next.
Whatever you need me to do, I'll take care of it.
I know you will. Now off you go. Good luck.
Commencing depressurization.
Oh, I feel good. I feel depressurized.
Depressurization complete.
Exiting airlock. How do I reach the generator?
The generator facility should be just up ahead as you exit.
Okay.
Copy that.
Up ahead as I exit. up ahead as I exit.
I'll mark the destination for you.
You think?
Juno, pull the FTL's output log, starting a few minutes back from the accident.
What are you looking for?
If your android is right and the FTL accident really did create a temporal anomaly, then we should see clear evidence of the event in the output data. FTL drives don't normally rip open tunnels through time.
Why is he loading me? Oh.
Not according to our experience.
Guess we're just lucky.
Maybe not. Juno, show us readings from the moment the ticks made contact with the drive. This resonance.
I'm here.
The FTL shouldn't be creating a displacement with this signature and nowhere near this magnitude.
Then it's the biomass.
Here.
Has to be. It's causing some sort of reaction in the drive.
We'll need to run some simulations.
Let's get to it then. Jack, we'll be on standby.
I'm here.
Acknowledged.
How do I get
I've
in?
located the entrance.
Unfortunately, it seems the airlock is offline, most likely due to the power failure.
Think?
An alternate access method will be required.
Does that mean there's another way in?
Station blueprints show an access hatch on the facility's exterior. Look for a small rectangular hatch with a red cover.
Copy that. I'll take a look outside.
Exterior hatch with red cover. Man, if this was space, and this was the outfit you got to fly around in, that'd be dope. Over here? Ah, I see it. Why does it keep doing that?
Access hatch located. Looks like I'll have to cut my way in.
With the generator's interior in a vacuum state,
One,
it
two,
should
three,
be
four.
safe to use your cutter here. Explosive decompression will not be an issue.
Copy that.
You know what? I don't believe her. I don't believe her. Don't believe the hype. Huh. Okay. Out to space you go.
I'm inside the facility. What's next?
The main problem is almost certainly the reactor. It's a large cylindrical structure in the facility's central chamber. The accessway will take you there, though additional cutting may be required. But
Are they
please,
cutting?
try to avoid damaging our former workplace too heavily.
Juno!
Wait, you two used to work here?
Juno and I were part of the station's biomass research team.
So you were here during the outbreak?
No, I had taken leave to pursue my theory for eliminating the biomass. By the time I returned, it was too late. There was no one left.
Yeah, you guys,
Oh my God, Harlan.
Captain,
Chat.
please. We have work to do.
hello.
The reactor is completely shut down. It appears as if there was an internal malfunction.
That explains the power outage.
And the life support failure.
Right, better open it up, Jack. See what's going on in there.
Open it up. Oh. I don't know what I did.
I'm opening the casing for a closer look at the reactor.
Copy that.
Malfunction confirmed. A bad reactor core.
This one.
You'll need replacements to get the reactor running again, Jack. The facility contains a storage area that might be worth investigating.
Thanks,
I
Juno.
see it.
This data tile appears to still be intact.
Despite their small size, data tiles make for excellent external storage. I advise scanning it so that we can retrieve its contents. Scan successful. Interesting. Shortly before the outbreak, the engineers developed a means of optimizing the power flow of the reactor. Jack, if you can find more data on this, I may be able to adapt these principles to your integrated cutter.
How much more data?
Uncertain. Without possessing the actual data, it's impossible to measure its size. Nonetheless, I've made an entry in the data tab on your ARM computer. I anticipate only a few more scans will be required, though.
Acknowledged.
So I'm gonna
I'll
have
keep
to-
watch for more data ports. Some type of local data storage?
Correct. Insert enough of them into a database terminal, and the terminal's data port will become available to scan.
Wait, you gotta put them in here? Ooh, you know what?
Nice work, Jack. Much of the data here will prove useful in augmenting your cutter. Unfortunately, we will need more to complete the design. But I did find something that might be of interest. A voice memo from the station's chief engineer regarding the technology. I've added it to your ARM computer's data tab, Jack.
Hey everyone, I wanted to send a quick update to just our team before the news goes wide. We did it. As of about 6 minutes ago, we flipped the switch on the new reaction management system.
This
We're seeing a
database
stable
terminal runs off of
72%
cartridges.
increase in output. We
Unusual.
get almost 90%.
Backup data storage. In
For
case
those
of
keeping
power
score,
loss.
that's
For it to
12%
function properly,
protection.
all the cartridges must be
Hell of a
installed.
job, everyone.
Well, I was
This
slow on
will
them
save
first for
lives.
luck. But each to their own.
I'm afraid Jack's shell isn't equipped with an apparatus appropriate for that operation.
Send popcorn. I believe his integrated RCS thrusters would prove effective.
I was just joking. And so were you. Yeah, well played.
Thank you.
Oh, come here.
Good news, Jack. With the data you just collected, I expect we need only one more scan to complete the design.
Juno, I need you to run the math on these same parameters.
Yes, Doctor.
Ooh, that's big.
Dr. Harlan, why did you have to leave the station? There seems to be plenty of biomass.
That is all highly evolved. I need the base genetic material, and that can only be found in an undetonated biomass torpedo. There's nothing more I could do from here.
Right, then what brought you back? Did you know the station had...
I'm sorry, Captain Rhodes, but we do not have
I don't think
time
it was that
for me
way,
to
okay.
recount my entire life story. I was here. I left. And when I came back, everyone was dead or gone.
Okay.
Alright, fine.
Why don't I simply compile an archive of the logs covering our time away from the station? That way the captain can review them at her leisure.
If you must, but after you've finished verifying
Come
the
on.
same parameters.
Very well. I will let you know when I've finished, Captain.
Thanks, Juno.
A rather prominent location for a manual interface.
Those are the distribution controls, Jack. They'll eventually direct power to every facility in Chiron Station. The reactor will need to be activated before this console will work.
Acknowledged.
And we go across. And we grab this one. Oh. Whoop. Huh. Oh, I can't get in there. Okay.
Excellent. That did indeed provide sufficient data. Just give me a moment to process everything. Stand by. Schematic complete. Please head to the nearest fabricator so we can install the improvement to your cutter.
Great, wonderful.
Now simply rotate the core clockwise until it stops turning.
Core is locked in.
Excellent.
Turn the fabricator to install. Okay. Fabricator, over there. Print this motherfucker.
Integration successful. Your shell's reactive cutter has been refitted with extended range and efficiency.
Well done, Juno.
The pleasure was mine. And please, restrict cutting to non-critical equipment.
Make it faster. Okay. And we crash. Alright. There's crash number 1. Don't worry, we're not ending the stream. Because we don't have to. Just gotta reboot the game, go in, reload the file, and then we'll be back. Oh, I gotta go in, hook up this, launch. Alright, now we can hit play, and we're good. I believe we have to manually load game. Now let's hope it works. It should work. I found this is how you get back into the game after it crashes. We're just gonna be a little behind, depending on when it's saved. It's dookie, I tell you, it's dookie. Alright, we're in. Oh, we have to go through all that again? Alright. The only problem is, this may not last but 30 minutes or so. Because once it crashes, you gotta give it a little time, but it looks like we have to go through this reactor casing again. Enjoy. Alright. Alrighty. I am going to beat this game. And ain't no bunch of crashes gonna stop me.
Reactor located.
Great. How's it look?
Not well. I'm seeing smoke, likely from an internal malfunction.
Looks like I have to redo
That
this.
explains the power outage.
And the life support failure.
Right, better open it up, Jack. See what's going on in there.
I'm doing it again.
I'm opening the casing for a closer look at the reactor.
Copy that.
Alright, so we're gonna do this all over again.
Scan successful. Interesting. Shortly before the outbreak, the engineers developed a means of optimizing the power flow of the reactor. Jack, if you can find more data on this, I may be able to adapt these principles to your integrated cutter.
How much more data?
Uncertain. Without possessing the actual data, it's impossible to measure its size. Nonetheless, I've made an entry in the data tab on your ARM computer. I anticipate only a few more scans will be required, though.
Acknowledged. I'll keep watch for more data ports.
Nice work, Jack. Much of the data here will prove useful in augmenting your cutter. Unfortunately, we will need more to complete the design. But I did find something that might be of interest. A voice memo from the station's chief engineer regarding the technology. I've added it to your ARM computer's data tab, Jack.
Give me your data.
Good news, Jack. With the data you just collected, I expect we need only one more scan to complete the design.
Juno, I need you to run the math on these sim parameters.
Yes, Doctor.
Dr. Harlan, why did you have to leave the station? There seems to be plenty of biomass.
That is all highly evolved. I need the base genetic material, and that can only be found in an undetonated
Wait a
biomass
second.
torpedo.
What am I missing here?
There's nothing more I can do from here.
Right, then what brought you back? Did you know the station had...
I'm sorry, Captain Rhodes, but we do not have time for me to recount my entire life story. I was here. I left. And when I came back, everyone was dead or gone.
All right, fine.
How did I open that?
Why don't I simply compile an archive of the logs covering our time away from the station? That way, the captain can review them at her leisure.
How did I...
If you must, but after you've finished verifying the sim parameters.
Very well. I will let you know when I finish, Captain.
Thanks, Juno.
This database terminal runs off of cartridges. Unusual.
Backup data storage, in case of power loss. For it to function properly, all the cartridges must be installed.
They are.
Well, I always blow on them first for luck. But each to their own.
I'm afraid Jack's shell isn't equipped with an apparatus appropriate for that operation.
I believe it was a joke, Juno.
Captain?
Yeah, he's right, Juno. But don't worry, if it turns out the cartridge doesn't work, you can blow on it.
Captain, my holographic projectors are not capable of...
Joke.
At this point, I believe my only valid response is, well played, Captain.
Just too easy.
How did I open that? I forgot. Okay. Oh, that's right.
The reactor appears mostly intact, other than a missing part or two.
Good enough state to work, though, right?
Yes, the malfunction appears to be temporary. Install a
I
complete set
gotta
of
go in this
operational
door.
cores, and the
That's the wrong
reactor
one.
should resume normal functionality.
Okay. Well, sounds like you two have got things handled.
Copy that.
Copy that, yeah.
Empty racks here. Were they running low on supplies?
Negative. However, among the facility's final logs are inventory requests of unusually high quantities. I presume anyone who managed to escape the station must have brought the supplies with them.
Let's hope such was the
Can't get in.
case.
Come here.
Must have been a horrid scramble.
Excellent. That did indeed provide sufficient data. Just give me a moment to process everything. Stand by. Schematic complete. Please head to the nearest fabricator so we can install the improvement to your cutter.
A fully charged core. It seems inaccessible at the moment.
You? No, come here. Stay right there. Wait, actually.
Now simply rotate the core clockwise until it stops turning.
No, I got something I gotta do. Man, got something he's gotta do.
Integration successful. Your shell's reactive cutter has been refitted with extended range and efficiency.
Well done, Juno.
The pleasure was mine. And please, restrict cutting to non-critical equipment.
I will cut it.
Core is locked in.
Excellent.
Bad power cores.
You'll need replacements to get the reactor running again, Jack.
Okay, but I can't get in here.
A way into the storage area. Perhaps my new cutter can reach those bolts. I've managed to open the hatch leading to the storage area.
Splendid. The area should be accessible through the maintenance duct that runs the length of the storage hall. The entrance is just at the opposite end. Look for a hatch identical to the one you just opened.
Ah, yes. Nope. No. Shit. Wrong way. There's a door down there too. I came in this side. I'm an idiot. Out of here.
Captain, I've finished compiling the log data you requested.
Great, can you pass it to my ARM computer, Juno? Actually, best send it to Jack as well.
Of course. Jack, I've added it to your data tab.
Wow, this is some archive.
It was an illuminating expedition. I took the liberty of segmenting the log entries. Feel free to review them at your own pace.
If you two have finished, I've input the parameters for the next sim.
Of course, Doctor.
Analysis complete.
Juno, status.
Multiple impacts. No discernible hull breaches yet. The station appears to have absorbed the brunt of it. Habitat B has...
Forget the station. It's a lost cause.
Understood. Drones are responding. The situation is normalizing, but the vessel still appears highly unstable.
That's not surprising, given what it's been through. Begin scanning immediately. I don't want to lose our chance at finding the torpedo.
Of course, Doctor.
Did you cut
Patrol
it
drones
out?
are inbound making a pass now. Doctor, we have detected a human life sign.
Survivor?
It appears so. Shall I make contact?
Yes. And do what you can to make this transition easy.
Second core installed.
I'm
Acknowledged.
sure they must.
Please visit one of the
be
nearby
sorted.
consoles to bring the
Indeed.
reactor back
I'll
online.
use the data we obtained on Luna to formulate an appropriate response.
Good. And what about the torpedoes?
I'm still sweeping the wreckage. Nothing as of yet.
We should prioritize the rescue anyway.
Okay.
Survivor from another timeline.
You good?
They must have seen.
Doctor, I've made contact. The survivor is one Captain Olivia Owens.
The reactor is back online.
Is the name of the
Power hasn't
Kronos 2
returned to the
captain.
ship yet.
From when the
Jack,
Astrea
power still
first
needs to be
arrived.
distributed from here to the ship, as well as
There's
the rest
way
of the
too much
station.
going on.
99.7% identical match with those from the stress final recovered from the Atlas logs. It appears she was not killed in the destruction of the Kronos 2 after all.
So she's from our past, then.
I believe so, yes.
Well, she won't be able to help us.
Oh, these are the logs.
It is, yes.
Move her then. Once I finish developing the cure, we can figure out what to do next.
Shall I inform her of...
No, too much to explain, and we don't have time for distractions. She'll be in the dark for a few days at most, but her new surroundings will be an easier pill to swallow when we have a cure in hand.
Understood, Doctor. There also appears to be an operational android with her. Shall I?
Yes, fine. As soon as they're safe, begin the salvage operation. We need one of those torpedoes. Perhaps we can obtain information from the bridge of this vessel as well.
Wow, okay. Okay. I gotta hear that again. Hold on, we gotta hear those files again.
Seizing faster than light travel in 3, 2, 1. FTL jump complete. We're approximately 450,000 kilometers from Earth.
Perfect. Bring us in slow and...
Distribution complete. Power grid stabilized. Life support systems optimal.
Well done, Jack. We're getting full power here.
What the fuck we got?
How is progress on your end?
Dr. Harlan's still running sims, but I think we at least have a working theory.
All the models we've run so far appear to confirm biomass interaction with active FTL triggers at a normal buildup of energy within
Am
the
I
drive,
coming back home or?
resulting in the formation of a temporal anomaly.
For reasons we still don't fully understand.
It is also unclear why the accident only caused the android's software to travel through time, as opposed to the more physical time jumps we've observed with the Astrea. But at this point, I'm willing to accept these ambiguities and proceed.
Wait, what exactly are you saying?
We must try it again.
What, send Jack back in time again? You've got to be kidding me.
It's the only way. Any chance we have of eliminating the biomass lies with finding an undetonated torpedo. We must send the android back.
Can I come back?
You talk like he's expendable.
Well, of course he is. All of us are. You've seen how it spreads. Eradicating the biomass is going to take everything we have, and then some.
Yeah, well, it's not just up to you, is it? Jack, what do you think?
If the end result is you being cured, is that not the best course of action?
Are you sure? There are so many unknowns here.
Yeah, well.
There does not appear to be another
I can
way of obtaining the
travel
data required.
anywhere. I wanna go
Waiting
back.
for an alternative presents a far greater risk to your safety. And your safety.
Is your primary concern, right?
Can I make
Should
it?
have seen that coming.
Am I
Fine.
allowed to go there?
I'm on board. So what's next?
We're going to have to recreate the circumstances of the time travel accident.
Oh, don't
I'm
tell
going
me.
there. I
We're
don't
going
know
to
why.
need biomass.
There's our old ship.
Contained biomass samples specifically. The research facility should serve our purposes nicely.
There is one other problem. The FTL accident depleted the drive's fuel cells, and we don't have the supplies to refill them.
Then our best bet for a fuel cell will be the remnants of the Astrea. However, exploring that area may be difficult. Pesky shipboard defense protocols somehow remain active. Something Off with the AI, Juno says.
I think I went too far.
Could be just as dangerous as dealing with the biomass, really. Well, Jack, what's up first? Grab some creepy crawlies from the research facility? Or dig up a fuel cell for the FTL drive?
I'm kind of...
The FTL fuel cell sounds like a priority.
Okay, I'm turning back.
Feeling a bit nostalgic for the old Estrella, are we?
Following the yellow conduits will lead you
There's
directly to the
research,
salvage
so I'm
site.
sure we're gonna end
Thank you, Juno.
Perfect.
So when Jack eventually returns with these volatile materials, where exactly do we plan to store them?
I
We're gonna
believe
be
I
a while.
can convert elements of the refueling depot to suit our needs.
Need a hand?
Why, yes, Captain. Your assistance would be most appreciated.
Anything's better than just sitting here. Come on, Popcorn. Let's get ready to head out. Good luck out there. See you soon.
Yeah, thanks. I'm glad I'm the one that has to travel space. That's our wreckage. The Australia. That's not. It's the beauty of flying in space. Okay. We do gotta go to Australia. Well, on our way. I guess we were supposed to fly in space.
Approaching the Estrella now.
Finally, if any fuel cells are still intact, they'd probably be deeper within the wreckage. Unfortunately, everything beyond the bridge is steeped in radiation, and ship's AI is just making matters worse.
The ship's AI? Do you mean Apollo?
Are you familiar?
Yeah.
Apollo was the ship's tactical AI. He was instrumental in helping us survive our first encounter with the biomass.
I just hope he's still online.
So where am I
Considering
supposed
my
to go?
difficulties exploring here, he must be.
Then if we can make contact with Apollo, he can probably help us find the fuel cell we need.
Guess it's time to say hello to our old friend.
Roger that. Heading to the bridge.
Jack, the radiation in that area is far too intense for your shell. Please return to a non-irradiated zone to ensure your continued operation.
The bridge.
All this scaffolding. Dr. Harlan, were you attempting to repair the bridge?
I was stabilizing it so I could investigate. It
Damn,
would have
you did all
become
that?
a salvage operation had the ship's AI not shut down all
I guess
my
when there's
equipment.
no gravity.
With my equipment offline, the radiation there has made it impossible to work.
Not to worry, Dr. Harlan. Apollo will listen to us.
I'm dead. You're dead. Where am I supposed to find Apollo?
A downed cargo drone. Some of your equipment, Dr. Harlan.
Correct. Incapacitated by the ship's AI, best I can tell.
Why would Apollo do that?
He did mention serving as a tactical AI. It's possible Apollo has activated some security measures around his ship.
Isn't that perfect?
Well, I'm sure you can convince him to help us out, Jack.
A bypass for the door controls, locked behind a keypad.
It was the only way I could gain access. The code is 2126.
Nope. It looks like... Oh, I remember these. I remember these. You had to go...
I've gained access to the bridge.
I assume you have some type of plan.
Apollo's AI core would be an appropriate place to start. It was vital to his operation here.
Good point, Jack. If it's still intact, could be all we need to strike up a conversation.
Where were
You
you?
two are rather confident.
Apollo commissioned us as official crew members last time we met.
and we did part on good terms. I'm sure he'll do what he can to
Hey,
help.
that's where she got locked in for safety.
It'll be fine.
A casualty from Dr. Harlan's previous investigation.
It was just another shell lying
Defibrillator.
around the station. We were trying to put it to good use.
I thought I could pilot it well enough, but apparently limb control is not my forte.
I'm expecting you'll fare better, Echo One. If this Apollo is indeed the ally you say he is.
Apollo's AI core.
Oh, still intact?
Reasonably so, it seems. I'll just need to plug it into the mainframe access slot to be sure.
Oh, come on. Goes in there, right?
The core made contact, but the connection was rejected. It might require the mainframe access slot instead. We once used this interface to grant Apollo control of the bridge systems. It could still work.
Unknown user detected.
Hey,
Bridge
Apollo.
access is restricted to crew members only.
Apollo. It's me.
Initializing threat suppression protocol.
Apollo, disable the alarms. Now!
Invalid command. The only crew members authorized with bridge access are Captain Olivia Rhodes and the Echo Unit designation. Jack, welcome back to the Estrella. It is good to see you.
And
Thank you, Apollo.
good to
It
be
is
home.
good to see you as well.
Is Captain Rhodes with you? And
No.
well, I hope.
Cheers, Apollo. We missed you.
Likewise, Captain. Jack, your appearance is altered. I almost did not recognize you.
Well,
I must apologize for the alarms.
Your reasoning was sound.
What brings you back to the Estrella?
We need an FTL fuel cell, Apollo. But we believe you've been disabling Dr. Harlan's salvaging equipment. We'll need it back online to deal with the radiation here.
Preserving this vessel is my primary directive. The last time jump virtually destroyed it. No further attempts to remove or misuse equipment can be permitted.
Lives depend on it, Apollo.
I understand, Captain, but I cannot allow any further material from this vessel to be compromised.
Apollo, Liv is infected with the biomass, and your directive is protecting the ship's crew and its critical assets.
Forgive me, Jack. I failed to follow your reasoning.
You yourself commissioned Liv, a fellow Atlas employee, as acting captain after the deaths of your original crew. You must remember.
Confirmed, though I had not considered her status in such terms. Captain Rhodes is truly infected.
She needs your help.
Very well. As the Estrella's tactical adjunct, my primary directive is to protect its crew.
So you will help them.
Affirmative. I am hereby available to assist you in obtaining a fuel cell.
Lovely. That's settled.
Apollo, are you able to detect any fuel cells that are still operational?
My sensor network has been severely damaged.
Inoperable.
However, any functional fuel cells on the Estrella would be in the auxiliary drive bay. It can be seen through the window far ahead of the bridge.
It seems easy enough to reach.
And it would be if this AI hadn't disabled the equipment I set up to counter the radiation.
A temporary security measure. Your equipment is now re-enabled.
You better not have damaged any of it.
Normal operations should resume now. Jack can verify this.
Oh dear. Incoming.
What the hell's that?
A cargo drone. Apparently no longer capable of flight.
Apologies. My anti-theft protocols are quite aggressive.
Fortunately, our salvaging equipment appears to still have working radiation dampeners, meaning Jack should now have a safe route to the drive bay.
That's some good news.
A number of problems remain.
yeah, big crack in the
Accessing the
window.
fuel cells, for one. Doing so will require that I have
That's a
direct
big-ass
control of the
crack.
systems within the drive bay. You must bring me along with you.
Okay.
Are you seriously going to integrate with this rogue AI?
Yep.
Without Apollo, we wouldn't have lasted this long. We can trust him.
Jack, I'll walk you through the process of downloading my imprint to your cortex.
You got it.
I'm ready, Apollo.
Simply insert my AI core into the lower receptacle, then use your data link on the override slot. I will do the rest. Disconnecting from mainframe now.
What do I gotta do? Oh, that's right there.
Jack, you must establish a connection in order for Apollo to transfer his data to you. Insert the core into the receptacle below the one you used to bring him online.
I already did that.
Scan the data port to commence the download process.
Done.
Download complete. Only one final issue remains, Jack. Your arms are too short.
Too short?
The FTL technology is highly sensitive. Accessing the drive bay and the fuel cells within will require multiple operators.
Good thing there's two of us then.
Unfortunately, the debris field is far too irradiated to accommodate Captain Rhodes.
You're saying Jack's the best chance we've got, but even he won't be enough.
Yep.
I might be able to help, actually. The cargo drones employ stasis technology, which enables them to manipulate objects at a distance.
Like the stasis projectors we used to levitate the tram back in the hab.
Exactly. I believe I could incorporate the drone stasis deck into your shell, Jack. I'll just need more data from them to be sure.
The drone that just hit the bridge is unlikely to put up much resistance. I'll start there.
Whenever you're ready, Jack.
I'm heading out.
Jack, to stay protected from radiation out there, you'll need to activate radiation dampeners with your data link. They can be found on both charging docks and cargo drones.
Radiation dampener activated.
Hypothesis confirmed.
Right.
With sufficient data, I'll be able to construct a tool for extending your reach, Jack.
Does this tool have a name, Juno?
Purple thing.
Well, it will essentially project your grip across space, so I suppose...
It's a grip projector. Let's move on.
More data will be needed.
There'll be plenty on the way to the drive bay. You know what to look for.
Affirmative. Inoperable cargo drones, but with functioning data ports. Heading to the drive bay.
Please remember the charging docks have radiation dampeners as well, Jack. They'll help keep you safe out there.
Thank you, Juno.
Is this guy coming with me? What's going on? Or do I just gotta activate each one? Each one of these. That's what I gotta do. Alright. Can't get in time. Oh, look at that. I got one up here.
Power feeding from Chiron Station.
A way to keep the bridge online, so Dr. Harlan could investigate.
Your interference caused me a great deal of trouble, Apollo.
Dr. Harlan, I was forced to activate my defenses when you repowered the bridge. I am glad that we are no longer working at cross purposes.
Okay, got full power.
Shields at 95%. Good find, Jack. There's a bit of data in there we can apply toward developing a cure for the biomass.
This equipment is some form of dock or buoy.
Affirmative. It's one of the station's charging docks. They're set up to facilitate recharging and navigation for the various drones deployed here. Though it is worth noting that the Doctor and I have redeployed several pieces of equipment as well. Fortunately, with the generator repaired, we should be able to restore most of the equipment throughout the station by scanning their data ports.
Understood.
Echo 1, those charging docks won't have the data Juno needs to design your new tour, but they will restore your power. Hold your hands near the induction panel, and it will recharge your shielding.
Apollo, I wanted to ask.
Yes, Captain.
Well, you probably figured this out already, but you know this isn't your time, right? This isn't the future you came from.
Affirmative. When we first arrived, I was able to accurately calculate the astronomical year. However, I lacked sufficient data to determine that the course of history had been altered. I apologize for having misinformed you. The fact that half of the Estrella was left in your time and led to system-wide decimation of the human race is clear evidence of a tactical oversight on my part.
Shields at 95%. Charging dock restored to operational status. You may recharge your shield as needed. Though, interesting. I believe I may have found a secondary use for restoring these docks, recovering their local data, specifically because the docks normally maintain a coordination and optimization network. They contain shared data from across the station. Prior to the generator going offline, the units in irradiated areas were sharing optimizations that I believe could still be used to improve your multispectral shielding, Jack.
Scanning further docks should provide the necessary data.
Yes, I believe so. I've added a tracker to your data tab, Apollo. I believe I may be able to extend Jack's reach by about 4 meters. I hope that will be far enough.
Affirmative.
Just a few more scans should suffice, Jack. Jack, I'm detecting extreme radiation nearby. If you can pinpoint the source, I advise staying clear.
Hell of a lot of radiation out there. Guess it's coming from the Estrella.
Correct. The Estrella's last time jump ruptured a generator, diffusing radiation throughout the region.
Thus, the radiation dampness.
Hazard identified. An active warhead from the Estrella.
Once your crypt projector is installed, removal of dangerous objects like this will be possible. Until then, maintaining a prudent distance is advisable.
I gotta go up there, right? Drive by.
Shields at 95%.
A lot of warheads. 1, 2, 3. There's so many.
Approaching the drive bay.
I'm detecting some intense radiation there, Jack. Warheads, I believe. I advise removing them from the immediate area before proceeding.
Sounds like the perfect job for that new tool you're working on.
Correct. It will allow him to manipulate distant objects, including these warheads.
Good luck collecting that data, Jack.
Copy that, Liv. I'll continue searching for cargo drones to scan.
I gotta scan more? What the fuck? Don't I gotta go in here? There are no more to scan.
Shields at 95%. Shields at 50%.
Yeah, there's no more bays over here. Not radiation, boy. Sure, I can do that. Do I gotta go in there?
Shields at 95%.
Given the damage the Estrella has sustained, I would not expect even a simple system such as this to remain operational. How was that achieved?
The Estrella was built for war. Her high level of redundancy and modularity limits most damage to the compartment that sustained it. In the case of that display, it is still receiving power from micro-generators and integrated capacitors.
All within that part of the ship.
All within that hallway.
We would never even consider building something so vulnerable to the biomass.
Suffice to say, Doctor, the biomass was not a threat we anticipated. Though I'm afraid beyond that, the details are classified.
Of course they are.
Apollo, do these controls operate the door?
Correct. Unfortunately, it requires 2 operators.
Or more range?
Yes, the grid projector tool that Juno proposed could work.
I'll search the area for more cargo drones to scan.
Are you kidding me?
Apollo, is this the only way into the drive bay?
I'm afraid that's correct, Jack. The fuel cells are stable, but the same cannot be said of their contents. As a result, access is tightly restricted. The door can be opened, however, by using the nearby controls.
A spent biomass torpedo.
Just like every other that was left behind here. Useless for my research, unfortunately. As soon as one detonates, accessing its incubator is no longer tenable.
Apollo, can we rely on the remaining munitions to stay in place?
Affirmative. With the ship now stabilized, these warheads should remain safely stowed.
The Estrella must have seen a few battles in its day, huh?
While the Estrella's combat history is above your clearance level, Captain, I can share this. Until faced with the biomass, she was undefeated in battle.
And here I was thinking my helium harvest totals made for an impressive record.
So am I supposed to go find the rest of these stupid things? Like that one. I gotta like
Shields at
open these all up.
95%.
We'll find out.
Analyzing. Perfect. As predicted. I now have sufficient data to improve your multispectral shielding, Jack. Please return to the nearest fabricator for installation.
Dr. Harlan, what was your purpose in attempting to salvage the Estrella? The odds of my ship's components being compatible with yours seems unlikely.
It wasn't the hardware I was after. Your ship was the original source of the infestation. I'd hoped to find an undetonated biomass torpedo amongst the wreckage. Use it to develop a cure for all this.
I understand, Doctor. Considering my current directives, I will provide any useful data that may help in your research.
Better late than never, I suppose.
Installation successful. Jack, your multispectral shielding should now be more resistant to radiation. Please note, however, that contact with biomass will still drain it just as rapidly as before.
Understood. Thank you, Juno.
Of course.
How do I do this?
Apollo, is this the only way into the drive bay?
I'm afraid that's correct, Jack. The fuel cells are stable, but the same cannot be said of their contents. As a result, access is tightly restricted. The door can be opened, however, by using the nearby controls.
Well, I don't understand. How am I supposed to...
A spent biomass torpedo.
Just like every other that was left behind here. Useless for my research, unfortunately. As soon as one detonates, accessing its incubator is no longer tenable.
How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to reach that? I'm confused. There's no... It said I was able to extend it, but how?
Please continue searching for cargo drones to scan, Jack. More are still in the area, though they may have drifted into hard-to-reach locations.
Really? Okay, so apparently I gotta travel around. There's like a zillion of them. How am I supposed to do them all?
Shields at 95%. Shields at 95%.
Got one right there.
Shields at 95%. Charging dock restored. Jack, now that we've completed optimizing your shield's radiation resistance, I'm afraid there's nothing more to be gained from the dock's data.
What's the point of an advanced network of semi-autonomous recharge stations if you can't count on them to calculate impressive optimizations for you?
I believe you are correct, Captain. The distributed computing power of the charging docks could be put to greater use.
Yes. That's precisely what I meant. Go on.
I have tasked the charging docks with developing a means for allowing Jack's shield to self-regenerate. The wealth of empirical data they have collected on recharging should prove invaluable to the process.
Then I presume additional data scans would be of value after all.
Indeed. Please continue scanning any docks you may find. The additional computing power of more active units would be advantageous as well.
Copy that.
The stasis projection technology will be simpler to adapt than previously anticipated. If you scan one more cargo drone, I believe I will have enough data to complete your new tool.
Okay, well, where the fuck is one more cargo drone? Now me getting into the radiation. Oh, right there.
Data recovered. Network status connected. We're making good progress, Jack.
How's it looking out there, Jack?
Manageable. How are your preparations going?
Quite well, actually. Just doing some light welding outside the ship. Juno's helping me get the intake systems ready for the materials you're gathering.
Are you sure you should be exerting yourself, given your current condition?
I can handle it. The infection's still dormant, remember?
Assuming its status hasn't changed.
Believe me, when it goes active, she'll know.
Is it ready? Is my thing built? Trying to dock out of my position, increase radius. So we good? Are we good? What? Where am I looking for more docking stations here? Because I see more over there. You know what? That was good. I see two right there. They want info, we'll give them info, right?
Shields at 95%.
Okay, 'cause we're not gonna need it over here. I see 1, 2, 3. I don't know if these are part of it, but if you want more, you'll get more.
Dock online. The archives in this unit have been added to the dataset as well.
Okay. So warhead right there.
Warning, you are now entering an irradiated zone. It is most likely due to warheads and other debris from the Estrella. I've adjusted the coloring of the nearby field markers to reflect the level of radiation. Orange for light intensity, and red for heavy. Please exercise caution.
Listen. I know it's a bit travel these bad boys.
Analyzing. It appears optimizations were being tested on this cargo drone's maneuvering thrusters. Assuming other drones were testing similar optimizations, scanning their data ports should allow me to reverse engineer the concept and apply it to your own maneuvering thrusters, making them more energy efficient.
Copy that. I'll see what I can do.
Excellent. I'll add a tracker to your data tag. At least a small amount of that data is relevant to the biomass. We can use it in our development of a cure. Judging from this data, it seems the cargo drones here are stuck in some kind of loop, though I'm not clear as to why. Shields at 95%.
Alright, well, I think I have to go back over this way. What is that? Oh, it's a thing. Charges me up. No? Okay. I have to go up there? Oh, no wonder. Okay, okay. Thanks. Charging station. Look at my outfit. It's horrible.
Shields at 95%.
Yeah. Wait a second. What the fuck? I was saying I have to come here, there, what?
Apollo, your defensive measures are quite capable.
Given that my primary function is advanced tactics, I consider my response to have been admirably restrained.
Not to interrupt yours.
And we crashed. On that note, I'm gonna call it there because I can't figure out what's left to do. And I'm hungry. Looks like that's it. That's all she wrote. Dun, 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 dun. That's it. Game over, buddy. Later.